What's up, everybody? JW Raider with the Robbie Lemon team at Reese Nichols. Hey, one of the things that's most important to me in my business is that I keep my clients and the folks who follow me on social media as up to date on what's going on in the market as I possibly can. So one thing I wanted to start doing was kind of a little video series where I'm going to take you through and show you what's going on in particular areas in the Kansas City market. Particularly, I'll be looking at the Northland in Kansas City, where I do a lot of work, as well as over in Johnson County on the Kansas side, and then looking at the KC metro market as a whole. So what I'm going to do is some video updates on things like inventory, market matters, what pricing looks like in each one of those areas, how things are changing, how things are shifting. And doing some updates there, as well as some of the more fun stuff where I'm going to be highlighting some different listings, highlighting different communities around town, as well as looking at different businesses, making sure that everybody knows what's special about each community, and then some video walkthrough stuff where I take you through different homes, show you what I see, what some of the trends are looking like, particularly in new construction. That's a question I get a lot about. What are the builders doing these days? So hopefully what that'll do is just give each of you a little bit more understanding on what's going on in the market around you. If there's something you want to see, if you have questions about a certain topic, please don't hesitate to let me know. But for now, we're just going to kick it right off with taking a look at the Kansas City metro market, what's going on. I'm going to put up a graph here in a second that shows inventory levels, what pricing is doing, that sort of thing, so you can kind of start to get an idea of what's going on there. So without further ado, let's take a look at this, and thanks for taking a listen. All right, so what we have here is a little bit of information from Heartland MLS, which covers the entirety of the Kansas City metro. And this is just some high-level information that goes over some of the market statistics in the area. The thing that I would draw your attention to first would be the closed sales. That number has dropped off by about 13% over the last year. So we're really seeing fewer sales at this point than what we were last year. The reason, in my opinion, is just that we've had a good market for so long. There has to be a real motivating factor for people to be looking for homes. So that number, we're anticipating to see continue to stay lower than it has been in years past. We're not going to see it fall off a cliff, but it is going to be a trend this year and next that we're going to have fewer sales. So what that's going to do is that's going to take that days on market, which has stayed remarkably steady over the last year, and that's going to start to bump that up. So as sellers and as agents, we're going to have to work to make sure we're pricing homes accordingly and we're giving people a reason to snatch those up quick, because the days of quick sales just because you're on the market may be coming to an end. The other thing I notice, I look at inventory and supply. Those numbers are going to start to creep up. That's also going to contribute a little bit to longer days on market. Over the last year, those are kind of our high-level details, but even just in the last couple of months, we're seeing some of the same kinds of trends. Closed sales are down than compared to what they were in October. Now, granted, January a little bit slower time frame anyhow. I'll scroll down here. You'll see some of the same information in graph form. Once again, the thing that jumps out the most is that closed sale number. But you look at a number that I would look at would be the average sales price from October until January. That number has actually dipped by about $3,000. Now, that's not a huge dip, but it is something to keep an eye on. Like we said, we're going to start to see prices flatten out a little bit. We're not going to see numbers just keep going up and up and up at an unsustainable pace. So we're going to start to see a little bit more sustainable, a little bit steadier growth, but just at a not quite the record highs we had been for the last couple of years. But here it's still all good information, because here's what's really important. We look at the historical average sales price for the area. That's still really high. It's still really good to be a homeowner in Kansas City. So hopefully this information gives you just a little bit more detail on what is going on in the KC market. And hopefully it's a good thing that you'll have going forward. So thanks a lot for listening, guys, and take care.